Welcome to Data Talk, presented by IDEA Data and Research. DATA stands for Data Analysis Techniques Applied. Data Talk is a series of webinars for Arkansas's local education agencies on the use of data, particularly for special education staff. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of Data Talk. In this special episode, we will be discussing how to interpret the 2018 Results-Driven Accountability Determination Matrix. Background of Results-Driven Accountability, also known as RDA. OSEP included results for the first time in state determinations in 2014. Prior to 2014, determinations were solely based on compliance indicators. In 2015, the Arkansas Department of Education's Special Education Unit, the ADESEU, began exploring the inclusion of result indicators into the annual determinations. At the LEA Academy in the fall of 2017, participants reviewed and provided feedback on what result indicators they would like to include. In spring 2018, a work group was brought together and reviewed different scoring methods. Recommendations were made, including how to score compliance indicators. The ADESEU reviewed the recommendation and finalized the components of the results portion of the RDA matrix. The RDA Determination Matrix is comprised of 4 priority areas. Priority 1, College and Career Readiness, which will comprise 25% of results. Priority 2, Student Growth, which will comprise 50% of results. Priority 3, Achievement, which will comprise 25% of results. And Priority 4 is Compliance. Priority 1 is College and Career Readiness and is comprised of graduation 4-year cohort and dropout single-year event for grades 7 through 12. Both of these components are from the Special Education Annual Performance Report. In the second column is the LEA rate, followed by the scoring rubric. The scoring rubric for the matrix is set on a scale from 0 to 4 points, based on the LEA's rate difference from the target. Since the targets change annually, the rubric will change. Please review the rubric document for an updated list of targets. The fourth column is the score an LEA is eligible to receive. The score earned column indicates how many points an LEA did receive for that particular element. The College and Career Readiness score earned is weighted since it only makes up 25% of the Priority 1 through 3 total score. The score eligible to receive is 8 times 0.25 or 2. The LEA score earned is 3 times 0.25 or 0.75 for Priority 1. The LEA score will be added to the scores of Priority Area 2 and 3 to establish the overall score for results. Now let us look at Priority 2. Priority 2 is Student Growth, which will make up 50% of results. The stakeholder feedback was very adamant about using growth and not proficiency. The ESSA growth measure is based on percentile rank of the residual or value-added score. Student growth does not include data for students taking the alternate assessment. When all students are ranked based on their value-added score, they are categorized into low, moderate, or high growth. This priority looks at the percentage of students with disabilities whose percentile ranking of residual or value-added score in English language arts and math is categorized as moderate or high. Since this is not an APR measurement, the targets are the state rate for the baseline year of 2016-17, 72.25% for math and 67.03% for English language arts. The distance from the target is represented in the rubric column. Scoring for the matrix is set on a scale from 0 to 4 points, based on the LEA rate distance from the target. Since the targets change annually, the rubric will change. Please review the rubric document for an updated list of targets. The fourth column is the score an LEA is eligible to receive. The score earned column indicates how many points an LEA did receive for that particular element. The student growth score earned is weighted at 50% of the priority of 1 through 3 total score. The score eligible to receive is 8 times 0.50 or 4. The LEA score earned is 5 times 0.50 or 2.5 for priority area 2. The LEA score will be added to the scores of priority area 1 and 3 to establish the overall score for results. Now let us look at priority 3. Priority 3 is achievement and makes up 25% of results. It is comprised of APR and ESSA elements. The first section of priority 3 is assessment participation for math and reading language arts. This is indicator 3B of the Special Education Annual Performance Report and includes regular and alternate assessment participation. Scoring for priority 3 assessment participation is set on a scale from 0 to 4 points based on the LEA rate distance from the target. This target does not change annually, for it is a federal target to test at least 95% of all students and in each subgroup. The fourth column is the score an LEA is eligible to receive. The score earned column indicates how many points an LEA did receive for that particular element. In our example, the LEA score earned is 4 points for each element. The score earned will be added to the other elements of priority 3 to calculate the total priority 3 score weighted at 25%. Now let us look at priority 3 components. Weighted Achievement Proficiency. Weighted achievement is part of the ADE-ESSA Index. The LEA rate is the District Weighted Achievement Proficiency Rate for students with disabilities. It is a combined English Language Arts and math rate and includes both regular and alternate assessments. The stakeholder group believed that the combined weighted achievement proficiency should have a higher value than participation. Therefore, the scoring ranges from 0 to 12 points. The target, which will change annually, is an average of the APR proficiency targets for English Language Arts and Math from indicator 3C. In our example, the LEA score earned is 6, which will be added to the other priority 3 elements to calculate the total priority 3 score. The third area under priority 3, achievement, is early childhood outcomes, indicator 7 of the Special Education Annual Performance Report. Early childhood outcomes has 3 outcome areas: positive social emotional skills, acquisition and use of knowledge and skills, and the use of appropriate behaviors. Each outcome is measured against 2 summary statements, which are labeled as growth and achievement. Growth means the children have moved towards age level but have not reached it. Achievement means they have reached or maintained age level. There are a total of 6 targets with the score ranging from 0 to 1. The maximum possible score across the 3 outcomes is 6. The scoring for this component only applies if an LEA operates an early childhood special education program. If an LEA does not operate their own early childhood special education program, the scores are not applicable as seen in the picture. The next slide will show scoring for an LEA with an early childhood special education program. Note that for an LEA with an early childhood program, the highest possible score for each of the measurements is 1. Based on the LEA's rate and the distance from the target determines if a score ranging from 0 to 1 is given. In this example, the social emotional growth receives a score earned of 0.5, and under appropriate behavior for achievement, they received a score of 1. LEAs with early childhood programs have 6 additional possible points towards the result score. In this example, priority 3 had 20 possible points. However, it only represents 25% of the result score. Therefore, the total score possible for priority 3 is 5. 20 times 0.25 equals 5. The LEA received 14 of the 20 possible points, earning a score of 3.5. 14 times 0.25 equals 3.5. Now let us calculate the total results score for priorities 1 through 3. To calculate the total results scoring for priorities 1 through 3, we must sum the total eligible score for each priority. The eligible score for priority 1 was 2. The eligible score for priority 2 was 4, and the eligible score for priority 3 was 5, for a total of 11. Then we must sum the total score earned by the LEA. The score earned for priority 1 was 0.75. The score earned for priority 2 was 2.5. And the score earned for priority 3 was 3.5. The LEA has a score earned of 6.75. The results rate is 6.75 divided by 11 times 100, which equals 61.36. Remember, in the end, we will take 25% of the results rate to calculate the overall RDA determination rate. Our fourth priority is compliance. Compliance is what determinations have been solely based on in the past years. Compliance components are not weighted. They consist of 4 main areas: disproportionality, implementation of IDEA, timely and accurate reporting, and general supervision. The compliance score will make up 75% of the overall RDA determination scoring. The first set of compliance elements are disproportionality. APR indicator 4B, discipline greater than 10 days, out of school suspension expulsion, indicator 9, identification, and indicator 10, specific disability category. The scoring rubric for these elements are based on the number of consecutive years the LEA was required to complete the self-assessment. In this example, the LEA currently has 1 year of required self-assessment for indicator 4B. Therefore, they earned a score of 3. They were not required to complete the self-assessment for indicators 9 or 10. The number of years is 0, and they received a score earned of 4, respectively. The next set of compliance elements are implementation of IDEA, APR indicator 11, child find, timely evaluation, indicator 12, early childhood transition, part C to B, and indicator 13, secondary transition. These components all require 100% compliance. However, if the LEA is 95% or above, the LEA will receive the full possible score. In this example, the LEA was 100% compliant for meeting the initial evaluation timelines. And since they do not have an early childhood program, the score for indicator 12 is not applicable. As for indicator 13, the data comes from monitoring, and in our example, the LEA has a score of NA. An LEA with a school-age program will score not applicable if they were not monitored in the year for which the data is being reported. An LEA with all of these elements would have a higher number in the denominator for the total compliance calculation. Our next component to compliance is timely and accurate reporting. Timely and accurate reporting is based on the number of data sets and documents not reported in a timely and accurate manner. The data from eSchool and MySped resource is only a portion of the elements that can make up this compliance measure. The information used can come from any section of the special education unit. In the example, all required information was submitted in a timely and accurate manner. Therefore, the number of data sets equals 0, and the score earned is 4. The last component to compliance is general supervision, long-standing non-compliance. This means an LEA has failed to correct findings of non-compliance as soon as possible and no later than 1 year. In our example, the LEA has 0 years of non-compliance, and hence they received a score earned of 4. At this time, 0 LEAs are identified as having long-standing non-compliance, Every LEA received a score earned of 4. Now let us calculate the priority 4 compliance score earned. In our compliance example, the LEA had a possible score of 24 and they earned a score of 23. Their compliance rate is 23 divided by 24 times 100, or 95.83%. Now, let's look at the RDA scoring and RDA determination. Remembering that results will make up 25% of the RDA score and compliance will make up 75% of the RDA score. Our sample LEA had a result rate of 61.36. But since results is only 25% of the total RDA scoring, we must calculate what 25% is of the 61.36. So we take the 61.36, multiply it by 0.25, which equals 15.34. Similarly, compliance is 75% of RDA. The LEA has a compliance rate of 95.83. Multiply it by 0.75, which equals 71.88. Add together 15.34 and 71.88, resulting in an overall RDA rate of 87.22 and a determination of meets requirements. The RDA scoring and determination is broken down into the following categories. An LEA's 2018 determination is meets requirements if the RDA rate is at least 80%. An LEA's 2018 determination is needs assistance if the RDA rate is at least 60% but less than 80%. An LEA's 2018 determination is needs intervention if the RDA rate is less than 60%. The ADE did not make any determination of needs substantial intervention for any LEA in 2018. Thank you for reviewing Data Talk. We hope you have found it to be helpful and will join us for upcoming webinars. If you wish to contact us, you may do so through the mail at IDEA Data and Research, University of Arkansas at Little Rock, 2801 South University Avenue, Education 209, Little Rock, Arkansas 72204. Our phone number is 501-683-7219. Our fax number is 501-569-8238. If you have any questions, you can contact Dr. Jody Fields at jafields@ualr.edu.